Hello creatives, welcome back to The Digital Bunch, the place where we arm you with tools, inspiration, and strategies to become better creatives. Today we're unlocking the science of creativity with Wallas's Four-Stage Model. To me personally, it's really important to learn the theory behind all of the creative processes because it helps me to understand better what we do as creatives on a daily basis. And whether you're a branding master or a marketing genius or someone with an idea for project development, you do visualizations, animations, or whatever else, this model will change the way that you create, hopefully. Creativity often seems like a stroke of luck, but what if I told you that it's actually a very structured process, one that every breakthrough idea follows? For example, when Lego Group rebranded in the early 2000s, they didn't just reinvent their iconic logo and expand into games by chance. They followed actually a very similar structured process, similar to Wallas's framework, dissecting their problem, ideating, and refining every piece. In this episode, we'll walk through each stage of the Wallas's model, so preparation, incubation, illumination, and verification, drawing a lesson from groundbreaking campaigns and projects. Plus, we'll explore how you can adapt this method for branding, animations, creative projects, and beyond. So let's get ready to rethink creativity and make it work for you. So what's this Wallas model all about? And who is Wallas? Back in 1926, Graham Wallas, social psychologist and intellectual powerhouse, offered a way to dissect creativity. Rather than treating creativity as a mystical spark of genius, he argued it unfolds in 4 very predictable stages. To explore this, Wallas turned to the insights of Hermann von Helmholtz, a German physicist. Helmholtz, in an 1891 speech, shared his approach for creating groundbreaking ideas. He described how, after deep investigation into a problem, happy ideas come unexpectedly, without effort. But these sparks of creativity never came when he was mentally fatigued or stuck at his desk. For Helmholtz, inspiration often arose while walking through sunny hills surrounded by nature. But Wallas didn't stop just there. He also studied creative accounts from poets, scientists like Henri Poincaré, his own students, and friends to support his model. What emerged was a timeless process that can guide your creativity, whether you're brainstorming for a marketing campaign or designing the next big ad or even crafting a new product. Every incredible design or photo exhibit you love follows this process. Why? Because creativity isn't just inspiration. It's preparation, execution, and iteration. From the launch of Dove's Real Beauty campaign to Greta Gerwig's directional approach in Barbie, this model was likely at play, step by step. This model transforms projects at the Digital Bunch as well, especially when stakes are high. But don't take my word for it. Stick around and you'll see exactly how powerful this framework can be. The first stage is preparation. This is where the groundwork is laid. It's about dissecting the problem, gathering insights, asking big questions, and immersing yourself fully in that issue. Think of it as planting seeds before the idea can flourish. This is where it all begins. It's the groundwork where you immerse yourself in the problem, gather knowledge, and analyze every angle. Helmholtz described this as investigating a problem in all directions. However, Wallas himself emphasized that this preparation is often fruitless. And that's totally okay. This stage is not about solving the problem just yet. In the modern creative world, preparation is just as crucial. Take, for example, the epic slogan, "Impossible is nothing." The famous Adidas campaign didn't just happen overnight. The brand invested heavily in understanding athlete psychology and how young audiences engage with sports in social and digital spaces. By dissecting how individuals define impossible, they built a foundational understanding that drove the campaign's success. Those hours of research supported a message that wasn't just inspiring, but deeply connected to Adidas' target market. Photographers also do this. Annie Leibovitz, known for her breathtaking portraits, studies her subjects meticulously, reading biographies, observing their quirks, and even tailoring her photo setup to their personality. That's preparation. Skipping this step will leave your creative process on shaky ground. Ask yourself, how deeply are you cultivating your starting point? Because the harder you work here, the more magnetic your results will be. In our case, we have the discovery phase of a project where we put all the info together. We have a kickoff meeting, we ask questions, we have more interviews with our clients, sometimes with their clients, sometimes with other teams that they work with, depending on how deep we need to go into this topic. And then we gather all of that information to analyze it. Preparation might feel like endless research or fruitless idea generation, but it's like planting seeds. Some of these ideas won't sprout, but the ones that do, they're really worth the wait. Next, incubation comes into play. It's unique and honestly can feel counterintuitive because the task is stepping away. It's about letting your mind process all of that preparation subconsciously. Think of the process that is like planting a seed and just waiting for it to germinate. Your conscious mind may step back, but underneath your brain is buzzing, connecting ideas in ways that you cannot immediately see. It's not just a creative myth either, it's really backed by science. When you rest or engage in simple, unrelated tasks, your brain's default mode networks kick in. This is a set of regions in your brain responsible for making very unexpected connections. And this is why ideas often click when you're in the shower or on a quiet walk. Your brain is still working, but without that pressure to actively solve the problem. Where Airbnb overhauled its branding with the Bellow heart symbol, the real breakthrough stuck during incubation. Their team spent months immersed in preparation, exploring the idea of shared experiences and belonging. And then, rather than forcing a solution, they took intentional pauses. That detachment carved a space for clarity, leading to a simple but very powerful concept that communicated belonging. Let me give you another example. In Toyota's hybrid Synergy Drive launch in Europe. After exhaustive studies on consumer resistance to hybrid adoption, the creative team hit a wall. Their strategy only came together after incubation. Team members took a few days off, and when they regrouped, the concept of blending nature and technology seamlessly clicked. This led to one of the most persuasive, eco-conscious campaigns of the decade. Incubation is not just for massive marketing teams. Photographers, too, live by this stage. Ansel Adams, the master of landscape photography, was famous for letting his ideas incubate. He would meticulously scout locations, but often wait weeks, sometimes months, before capturing the decisive frame. That perfect shot wasn't just about light or weather. It was the soulful culmination of letting internal ideas mature. Creativity, like bread, needs time to rise. Step aside, wander, or even take a nap, and you'll come back stronger. So who knew your brain could work best when you stop working? So make space for your ideas to breathe. Creativity rewards those who know when to step back and trust the process. Now, we're at the stage you've been waiting for, illumination. This is where everything clicks. You've done the groundwork, given those ideas the space to breathe, and now all puzzle pieces align. But here's the key. Illumination doesn't happen in isolation. Stages 1 and 2 lay the foundation. Without preparation and incubation, there's no clarity for those fragments to connect. Take Volkswagen beautifully crafted the last mile farewell campaign for the Beetle. This campaign didn't rely on cutting-edge features or technology, it leaned entirely on the car's emotional legacy. The creative team really hit the nail on the head after reflecting on what truly made the Beetle beloved: nostalgia. Instead of modern flash, they chose sentimental simplicity that resonated across generations. Psychologists have studied this phenomenon for years and found that illumination often occurs when the brain has reached a balance between effort and relaxation. This is why your best ideas never happen when you're overthinking. Instead, they pop up when you're relaxed, inspired, and more open to insights. So whether you're scribbling ideas on a napkin, pacing nervously around the office, or stargazing in an open field, just stop for a while and trust the process. Now we reach the verification stage, where the dream meets the real world. It's time to test, refine, and make sure that your idea resonates with others. This is the step that transforms an exciting concept into a polished success. So when Pepsi unveiled their major rebranding initiative in 2023, you probably remember that, they didn't instantly push every concept out the door. Instead, they tested designs in multiple markets, analyzing everything from logo modifications to ad campaigns. What began as bold visions was fine-tuned based on consumer insight, ensuring the new look honored the brand's heritage while addressing modern tastes. Feedback and iteration are at the heart of verification. And don't mistake refining ideas for losing your vision. It's not really that. It's more about sharpening that vision to cut through the noise. Verifications is where ambitions become impactful realities. So don't fear feedback, embrace it. It's the final step before your creative works leaves a mark on the world. Revisit, refine, repeat. The end result will really be worth it. Marketing has expanded Wallas's model. With AI-backed insights and A/B testing protocols, the stages now move faster and smarter. What used to take weeks can adapt within hours. On real-time platforms like TikTok, brands like Duolingo constantly iterate through incubation and refinement loops. From preparation insights to verifying humor, algorithms allow brands to redefine creativity daily. Looking toward 2025, Wallas's model is set to be revolutionized by AI companion tools. Envision preparation stages powered by advanced audience psychographics, where AI predicts consumer behavior with pinpoint accuracy, adapting strategies to individual preferences. During the Illumination phase, generative AI will not just enhance creativity, but actively collaborate with human teams, suggesting ideas and solutions that really push those boundaries of conventional thinking. A real-world example of this is our project Your Next Home, that started obviously with a lot of market research and a lot of preparation, and at some point I thought we would never get to the end of it. But as we progressed through all of these stages, we actually got to the point where we got to test it, refine it, iterate it. We had a lot of feedback from our clients, from our testers, and that actually allowed us to really polish that product and really make it more and more useful, so that when we pitch it to our next clients, it's something that we're very sure about and that we're very confident about. It's actually an amazing approach, and try it out yourself, see exactly where this model can take you. Now that you know the theory, put it into practice. Your next great project needs Wallas's science just as much as it needs your unique brilliance. On our channel, we love to talk about creativity, business, and 3D solutions. Do not forget to subscribe to scale up your creativity and get a grip on the next episode coming right away next Thursday. This is The Digital Bunch, and we've got you covered. See you soon.